best moments of the Duke of Westminster and Olivia Hensen's wedding. Just hours ago, he was hailed as England's greatest golden bachelor. Now, he and his partner Olivia Hensen are married, and Chester Cathedral has become the gathering place for the country's aristocracy and wealthiest individuals. He is the heir to one of the most powerful families in Britain. The newlyweds, the Duke and Duchess of Westminster, delighted their neighbours as they made their grand entrance from Chester Cathedral, the same location where the groom's parents were previously married. After the ceremony, Hugh, Griner and Olivia Hensen kissed. As the future Duchess Olivia Hansen arrived at the cathedral, the wind picked up, but she smiled at the growing crowd, her choice being the Myrtle Leaf Tiara by Russian jeweler Peter Carl Furge. The tiara has been in the Groser family since its creation in 1906. Cheers and applause erupted over the streets. The satin wedding dress that my son wore stood out due to its wonderful pattern and clean, feminine lines. The dress had a basic round neckline embellished with lace, expansive shoulders defined by draped seams, and long sleeves capped with matching lace cuffs. This motif was also used to decorate the veil that the bride wore. The designer of the dress, Emma Victoria Payne, said that the lace was taken from the veil that her great-grandmother had worn in 1880. As he emerged from a verdant Land Rover Defender, the Duke of Westminster was greeted by the enthusiastic applause of the assembled audience outside Chester Cathedral. Accompanying him were three of his closest companions, including two pals from their school days in Chester. Olivia Hensen and her father, Rert, arrived at Chester Cathedral in a vintage Bentley that was originally built by Woe Bentley in 1930. After the ceremony, the wedding guests will be invited to a reception at Eaton Hall Estate, which has been the Griner family seat for 1,400 years and boasts over 4,000 hectares of forests and dreamlike gardens. The bridegroom's mother, Natalia Gross, will also be present at the reception. The Duchess of Westminster arrived at Chester Cathedral in a pink dress and matching headpiece. She entered the church with the groom's three sisters, Lady Tamara, Lady Viola, and Lady Edina Griner, to the applause of the crowd outside. The parents of the Duke of Westminster also tied the knot at Chester Cathedral on October 7, 1978, with members of the royal family celebrating the union of one of Britain's wealthiest men. The bride, Natalia, was the daughter of one of Queen Elizabeth II's close friends, George Werner. The groom's aunt, Lady Lenora Griner, had previously married the late 5th Earl of Lichfield at the same venue on March 8, 1975. Another aunt, Lady Jane Groscholtz, chose the same venue to say, "I do," to the 10th Duke of Rockby. On September 10, 1977. Caroline Belinda Frisbee is a member of an affluent landowning family and a Marquess of Bristol. Her husband, Bert Cornelius Brooke Henson, is the eldest daughter of this family. Olivia Hensen currently serves as client director at Bazoo, a London-based ethical food firm. William, Olivia's uncle, the Grand Master of Freemasons in Scotland, is Gordon. After his father's unexpected death at their Lancashire estate in 2016, Hugh Richard Lewis Griner, the 7th Duke of Westminster, inherited Eaton Hall Estate near Chester and large land holdings in London, Lancashire, Scotland, and Canada. His immense fortune is estimated at £9.46 billion. The young man engages in numerous charitable activities through the Westminster Foundation, which seeks to assist disadvantaged children and youth in gaining access to opportunities that empower them to thrive in life. The bouquet harmonized beautifully with the rustic decor of Chester Cathedral, which featured birch trees and a large arch of green foliage throughout. The church doors were adorned with small white details. With a floral design that paired two colors, the newlywed Duchess of Westminster preserved the bucolic essence in her bridal bouquet. The white of imitation orange was contrasted with the verdant foliage of several flora, such fern branches. In this bridal bouquet, this plant is known as serenor or false jasmine. Its name derives from the Greek terms phars, meaning love, and ad delos, meaning brother. By including delicate pink and purple floral embellishments, Olivia Hensen intended to disrupt the chromatic duality. An aesthetically beautiful and profoundly symbolic arrangement was produced by combining pink roses, noted for their gentle aroma, which signify love, with purple bell flowers, which represent hope and consolation. Today, on Friday, the great British millionaire Hugh Griner reached the pinnacle of frenzy surrounding Chester Cathedral. Our live coverage of the wedding of England's wealthiest man, the Duke of Westminster, to his low-key bride, Olivia Hensen, will cover every detail, from the discreet arrival of Prince William, the groom's close friend, to the style of Princess Eugenie of York and, of course, the bride's minimalist dress. Olivia Hensen's bridal bouquet was a standout element of her fairy-tale wedding. In British tradition, flowers are employed as talismans against evil and as gifts for brides, but their symbolic meaning goes much beyond that. The appearance of Japanese anemone in white and lilac, commonly known as the wind flower, is worth noting because of the beauty-associated beliefs that flowers can fend off evil. As for what will happen to the flowers and plants used at the wedding, the Duke and Duchess of Westminster have already announced that the bouquets will be donated to local charities and the birch trees will be replanted at the Griner family's country estate. The Floral Studio Flower Press worked with local growers and the Farm Association to create the bouquet. A historic moment for British aristocracy was marked today at Eaton Hall with the wedding of Hugh Groser, 7th Duke of Westminster, and Olivia Hensen. The ceremony took place at Chester Cathedral and was a traditional, lavish affair, showcasing the status and riches of the Groser family. Son of Olivia, now featuring lace sourced from the Duchess's great-great-mother's 1880 veil, the Myrtle Leaf Tiara by F.A. Burge, a family heirloom since 1906, the Duchess's simple wedding dress by Emma Victoria Payne wowed onlookers. Hugh Griner, heir to one of Britain's richest fortunes, showed up to the event with his closest friends, highlighting his strong connections to Chester. The celebration reached its pinnacle at the post-ceremony reception at Eaton Hall Estate, where guests mingled in an ambience of grandeur and sophistication. The bridal bouquet that Olivia had designed with the help of local growers was a labor of love. The pink roses and purple pearl bell flowers were carefully arranged to symbolize love, hope, and family ties. Hugh Griner and Olivia Hensen's wedding was a joyous occasion for the Griner family and a model of how old and new can live in perfect harmony. This wedding will surely be remembered as a watershed moment in British aristocracy where tradition, beauty, and social responsibility were expertly blended. The newlyweds showed their dedication to environmental and social causes by deciding to donate the floral decorations to local charities and replant the birch trees at their country estate.